space itself. In this way, I have created storms.
Such words were uttered by the most powerful Sith of his era. Emperor Sheev Palpatine has gone down in history as the most influential and one of the most powerful Sith Lords to ever grace the Star Wars galaxy, culminating the Bayonet Rule of Two era, and finally destroying the Jedi Order and instigating the rule and reign of the Galactic Empire, which would eventually fall after 23 years after he was betrayed by his own apprentice and the fallen chosen one of the Jedi Order, being Darth Vader, also known as Anakin Skywalker. But in the Legends continuity, Palpatine, multiple times after the events of the Battle of Endor and the events of the Return of the Jedi movie, came back multiple times using the ability of essence transfer, and what he used on Luke's Jedi Order and Luke Skywalker himself was perhaps the most powerful and terrifying dark side ability and possibly Force ability in general in Star Wars lore of all time, Legends and canon included. The ability I am talking about is the Force Storm ability. The Force Storm ability was a Voliate dark side force power capable of creating enormous hyperspace wormholes in the space around a planet that were able to displace objects across vast distances and tear apart the surfaces of entire planets, even ripping fleets from their entire atmosphere. Palpatine used this most notably to destroy the New Republic fleet with one ability, destroying it with the Force Storm ability. Storms were incredibly difficult to control once unleashed, and ultimately ended in Palpatine's own downfall using one of these abilities after he was distracted. To use this ability proficiency required mastery in many different aspects of the dark side and Force disciplines. A Sith artifact, known as the Dark Staff, was known to have created one of these storms during a critical battle in the New Sith Wars, an event taking place 1,000 years before the events of the Clone Wars. The storm annihilated the Dark Lord Darth Revan's Battle Lord army, and transported him not only through space, but forward in time as well, making this undoubtedly the most powerful ability to ever grace the Star Wars galaxy. To the Light and Darkness War, where the Sith Lord met his fate, Darth Sidious discovered the technique almost 1,000 years later. He described it in the Book of Anger, the first volume of his Dark Side Compendium. He used the technique 6 years after his first death at the Battle of Endor, to capture the newly christened Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker from Coruscant. Sidious's pride and confidence in the ability eventually proved fatal during the Battle of Pinnacle Base, where the control of his storm was negated and he was consumed by it, resulting in one of his deaths. One of the most powerful known Force abilities in existence, Force Storm was capable of violently and ruthlessly destroying the fabric of the space-time continuum in the Star Wars universe by opening dimension-altering rifts and portals in the universe, sucking individuals and transporting them through the very fabric of time and space, and throughout the galaxy and many other galaxies through time. This power allowed the Force user to generate unique hyperspace wormholes, violent blue vortices of Force energy known as Force Storms, anywhere from less than 100 meters to over 1 kilometer in diameter and width. Force storms could devastate the surface of entire planets, engulfing them in a hunger akin to that of Darth Nihilus, after devastating Qatar and destroying the entire Jedi Order, minus Mitra Surik and Kreia. And he could also consume a whole fleet of starships. Storms could also safely transport living beings across the galaxy in a short span of time and even move them through time. If used in conjunction with certain Sith artifacts, they could be sent forward and backward in time, with Sith artifacts being the only way to unlock this innate ability to see the future and the past. The creation of a Force Storm required the user to concentrate an almost palpable degree of anger and hatred into the tangible manifestation of dark-side power. There was considerable danger involved in the generation of a complex and highly vicious Force Storm. Those who could not control what they had unleashed were often themselves consumed and destroyed by its dark side wrath. If the person generating the storm was killed, the storm was instantly dissipated, fading as if it had never occurred, but the devastation it had wrought would remain behind until repaired. Storms could also be conjured across great distances. Darth Sidious, one of the most powerful Sith Lords of all time, with a midichlorian count eclipsing that of even Grandmaster Yoda's, was able to send one storm over thousands of light years from Bis to Coruscant in the galaxy, before being able to successfully create and control 4 storms. A potential user had to be extremely proficient in the ways of the Force, including instinctive astrogation, an ability that I will delve into more in another video. But that is a brief history of 4 storms. I might go in depth in a fellow video that I will do later on this channel. However, this is all now, acolytes. I'll see you in a galaxy far, far away. I just hope you're not on the opposite side.